Hello and welcome to a spinal organization to feel stronger and more organized in your body. Okay, so let's do this. So the wonderful, lovely thing about yoga is all you need is a yoga mat. You don't need any fancy equipment unless you plan on doing some combination of yoga and strengthening and Pilates. But it's really just a skillful movement practice to get yourself organized in a way inside so that you feel strong going outside into the world and doing things that you love, pain-free, and at free will. So we're going to start today. I'm going to say on your backs. So this is going to be a short and sweet flow. So go ahead and come to your back. And I'd like you to get your heels, if you can, about 1 hand distance away from your hips. That's pretty good, your glutes here. Pretty good distance for feeling the natural spine arch here, the lower back arch. And then from here, go ahead and flip your palms up. And I'd like you to just take 5 deep breaths. And when I say deep, meaning feeling them deep in your bones of your back. And any way that feels good. I'm just simply breathing in through my nose, long exhale through my mouth. Feeling my spine nice and straight, making any adjustments for my head so that my chin isn't lifting up or tucking down. I just want it nice and even. Feel your back supported, all of the weight on the mat. And then let's begin to awaken through the hips to warm up to move. So from here, go ahead and open your eyes if they were closed. Heel toe the feet out a little wider. Move the arms out of the way and simply let the knees fall, but slowly to the right, and then lifting them up, and then exhaling them over to the left. And then inhale, lifting them up. We're not pushing the knees down. Exhale, right, and keep going. We're just allowing the legs to find internal and external rotation, warming ourselves up to find range of motion, but with stability. Good, that's enough, right? So now let's heel toe our feet back in. Again, organize your body. And now this time I'd like you to kind of pull the navel up and in and bring the right knee towards your chest. Don't use your hands. And then belly really strong, push the imaginary wall away from you. And then inhale, pull it in. Exhale, push the imaginary wall away from you. Maybe do about 6 of these. Just feeling really collected here. As you pull the right knee in, you're strengthening here at the top of your hips, which is actually a muscle, your hip flexors, right? Your psoases are in there, psoas. Muscles, referred to as 2 of them on either side. And then place the right foot down. Let's do the same thing on the left. So just warming up, left knee in, left leg extends, it presses away from you. I want you to notice, though, that your left muscles are engaged, like you're making a big, strong muscle on your top of your leg as you push away. Yeah, so pull in and then push with your heel away, like you're trying to push a really heavy object with your heel, really strong. Good. Okay, and then go ahead and bring the left foot down to meet the right foot. Let's check in with our bodies. Walk the feet out as wide as your yoga mat if you're using one, which is just wider than your hips. Bring your heels, if they've kind of strayed away from your glutes, closer in, and then allow the knees to come towards one another. Here, we're letting the lower back open and stretch after that work that we just did with that pushing and pulling inward. We're stretching all those little wires, if you want to call them that, nerve remnant endings in the back. And from here again, breathe in and out 5 times. Breathe into the bones really deep. And then I want you to notice your patterns. Do you feel your upper back moving at all as you breathe in and out? Do you feel any tugging anywhere? And then I'd like you to imagine you're sipping on, I use this today on one of my yogis, sipping on lemonade, just really good on a hot day. Just feel really good in your body here. Good. Good. And then bring the knees apart again. Heel toe the feet back in. Gently roll to one side to support yourself to come all the way up to seated. I'd like you to make your way into tabletop. Here you're going to reorganize the body again, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. My feet are hip distance apart. I'm not letting my heels collapse towards one another. I want them to stay strong so that I'm using my inner thighs and outer thighs evenly. My elbows aren't hyperextended or falling too far. I'm keeping a nice strength in my arms here because I want my shoulders to encourage to go back to strengthen my upper back. Now I'm going to pull my navel in here so I have a really nice strong tabletop. I'm pushing down slightly on the tops of my feet to take the pressure off of my knees. If that's still not enough, maybe put a blanket underneath your knees. Okay, and then from here, again, find that lemonade breathing air, that really sweet breath. And let's begin to strengthen here through our spine and the posterior side of our body. So I'm going to ask you to simply lift up the right knee, right foot, and then stop when you get about to that 90-degree angle. Flex the toe either to the shin or maybe away from you, and just kind of get mobile through the ankle joint. And then find a nice place where you can stay stable. Make sure your weight isn't dumping. And then pull the right knee in towards the chest. And then inhale, just re-lengthen again, shoulders back, reorganize. Exhale, pull in. The reason I'm keeping the right knee bent is because it forces you to keep that muscle control in the back of your leg. Otherwise, you kind of have this like lazy dead leg sometimes, and we're trying to avoid that. We want nice and strong backs here. Good, now bring that knee in one more time, round through the spine, don't shift backwards. We want the weight to stay forward, and then bring the right knee down. Good, reorganize, shoulders back, sternum forwards, posture strong, no locking anything. We're gonna do that same thing on the left side. So lift the left leg up, good. Find that 90-degree angle. And then knee in towards the chest or the chin and around. Don't shift back, we want our weight forward. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, pull in. We'll just do a few more, just like that, nice and slow. You can go a little faster or slower than I am. Keep your gaze down. Good. And then maybe now after this last one, hold it in for a moment, knee to chest, and then bring the left knee down as well. Now let's check in with ourselves. I'm going to bring my heels apart because I don't want to collapse on my inner thighs. And I'm just going to gently, gently bring my hips back towards my heels to a place that feels comfortable. Not quite child's pose, but just enough to stretch out through the low back. Good, and then lift back up again. Okay, and we're going to add on here. So we're going to go back to the first side. So we're going to lift that right knee up, right foot up, just like before, and bring the right knee into the chin and round. Send the right leg back again, but this time extend it, point the toe to the knee, but I have a slight bend in my right knee, as you can see. Excuse me. And then I want you to bring the right foot outside of the left side of your mat, and then just peekaboo over the shoulder. You should feel a nice big stretch in the right side of your body. Okay, from here, if you're kind of like back here looking under the arm, try to see if you can lengthen forward and look outside of the shoulder. And then breathe into your bones. So inhale big. Exhale slow. Good. Pull your belly and support your back. Lift that right leg back through center. Rebend it. Pull the knee to the chest. And then bring it back down. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to walk your knees back before we switch sides. Send your shoulders back again. Hug your elbows towards your ribs. Lower down to the floor. Good. Keep your hands kind of outside the upper rib. You can even dial the fingers out so that you have more control of what's happening in your chest, because I want the chest to feel a stretch here. So I'm going to keep my legs down. I'm only going to lift up maybe 2 inches. So the inhale, we're going to lift up the chest. My gaze is just simply down to the floor. My shoulders are back. My elbows are hugging in. And then exhale, lower down. This next time, we're going to inhale and lift up, stay up. Exhale, inhale, squeeze the muscles in your back, strengthen them. Good. Build some heat, and then lower right back down. Keep the elbows close to your body, press into your hands, pull your belly button off the floor like there's a little fire and you don't want to get burned, and then push yourself all the way up and back. Tabletop. This hair of mine is quite the interesting entertainment, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna do the left side now. So again, organize your body. Feel strong. Push your hands into the floor. Push the top of the feet into the floor. And you're going to notice every time you push the tops of your feet into the floor, you might even do this a few times. This usually wakes up the lymph a little bit, gets things moving around. Then pause, push down. You activate your low belly. Anytime you activate the low belly, you're helping to support the low back because we're about to strengthen the left side now. So here we go. Find your organization of your muscles. Find your center. Trust your intuition in your body. And then we're going to send the left leg out this time. And then we're going to go ahead and go through that motion. Bend the knee, lift it up. Knee to the chest, kind of round slightly here. Don't shift the body weight back. Inhale, lift it up. Extend the left leg out behind you. And then bring it over to the right side. Look forward towards the right corner of your mat. And then look around the shoulder to see if you can see the foot. Big breath here into your bones, into the left side of your back. You're getting a nice big stretch here through your lats, your long muscles down either side of your back. Good. And then go ahead, lift up that left leg. Bend the knee one more time. Lift it strong, navel tight. And then knee comes down to meet the right. Okay, shift the hips back once again. Heels are apart for me. But this time, come down to a place that feels easy, soft. Your forehead may or may not touch the ground. If it doesn't touch the ground, you can kind of make a little shelf with your fist or yoga block if you have one. If you feel you're okay, and you're not tucking it like this on the top of your head and you can't breathe, then you can just go straight down. Okay, and then I'm going to ask you to bring the arms back slightly. And I want you to press the hands down into the mat and see if you can also squeeze the outside of the legs with the elbows. I want you to feel how that activates the mid-back, the low back. And you should feel really strong here. You're building lots of endurance here, heat. Good. And then press into the floor, lift yourself up, walk forward with your hands. And let's go back into the spine strengthening. Okay, so my knees are hip distance apart, my feet are hip distance apart, my shoulders are back, my navel is strong. Okay, you ready? Right arm is gonna go forward. Oh, it gets a little tricky. Okay, so most people, what do? They dump back because they don't want to use their muscles. They want to hang on their bones. Like, this is not hard, right? Shift forward, navel strong, gaze forward. Good. Okay, and then I'm going to reach the right arm up, 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 then around, tap the low back, and then reach it forward, kind of like swimming. And then 2 more times. Belly is strong the whole time. Left arm is working hard. Good. 1 more time. Good. Now we're going to bring that right arm forward and undo all of that tightness that we just built. So left arm stays where it is. Right arm threads under the chest and over to the left. Right side of your face rests. And then once you stabilize, you can move your left hand. You can push into the fingertips and kind of open the back more. But always support your back by pulling your belly button in. Good. And then big breath in into your bones. Again. Inhale, press into the left hand, lift all the way up, tabletop. Okay, let's organize again. Shoulders back, navel in. Left leg, left arm, wrong limb, left arm forward. Okay, really strong. You're already working your upper back muscles here, your neck muscles. And just like swimming, right? Open up the arm, touch the low back, and then lift it forward. 2 more times. Keep that weight forward. Good job. And then this time we're going to thread the left arm under the needle. We call this threading the needle. Bring the left ear down. My hips are just lifting up. Now, my belly is strong. I'm in a slight back bend here on the upper back. And I'm pressing into the right hand just a little bit to get a little bit more release through the high spine. Good. And then press into the right hand completely. Lift yourself up to tabletop. And this is going to be the last thing that we do for this little mini sequence to get into your back. Okay, so we're going to just go cat-cow. How do you do cat-cow? Well, it's an inhale, the chin, the sternum lifts, then the tailbone. And then the exhale, it's the reverse, right? Tailbone tucks, sternum tucks, chin tucks. Okay, and then you go at your own pace. The inhale lifts the gaze forward. And then the exhale, you round. Last one. Good. And tabletop, we meet. Go ahead and come down to one side. Support yourself up to seated. See how you feel. Sit up tall. Get your shoulders reset. Take 5 breaths of that lemonade. Unclench any muscles. Feel your posture already taller. Feel your pulse of your heart from the work that you did. Congratulations. You did good. See you next time.